Good afternoon and welcome to Oxford TV as we bring you action from the World Speedway Riders Association National Development League today as the real Mini Cooper Oxford Chargers, powered by SD Timo car sales, they entertain what is the champions-elect in the Leicester Lion Cubs. The reigning NDL champions, Chargers, they've pushed Leicester all the way this season in the race for the title, and as these two teams come in today, Oxford can still finish level on points with Leicester, but the unsurmountable points difference that Leicester have built up in their meetings this season pretty much sees the task next to impossible for Oxford. These two sides looking to exchange the title again. Leicester won it in 2022, Oxford 23, and it's going back to Leicester again in 24. So these two sides are dominating this level of the sport at this moment in time. With a couple of wins, they could draw level on points, but it's probably not going to happen because it would need two extraordinary results in Oxford's favour. For them to draw level. So we are looking like the title will be going back to Leicester, and they can do that guaranteed today if they can take the aggregate point away from Oxford today. My name's Lee Kilby. I'll be a commentator today for this meeting. Looking forward to bringing you action from the third tier level of the sport I really enjoy watching and commentating on. There's the league table for you, and you can see what I mean there. So there's a couple of meetings to go for both these sides. 10 fixtures is the calendar. And for two Oxford wins, they can get up to 19 points. But for Leicester, if you look at their for and against column, it's just a big difference there to the Oxford Chargers for and against column, and that's really where they've hammered home their advantage, and everything is in their locker. But this level of the sport, it is all about development. It's about bringing the boys into the sport, boys and girls into the level of this sport, giving them the opportunity to race tracks in front of the public and learn the sport. So it is about the competing. We congratulate all the sides that have competed at this level this season. Here's Jamie Courtney, promoter here at Oxford, and that's Declan KILLEEN, who is the brother of Luke KILLEEN, who we know very well. Declan will be making his debut for Oxford today at number 7 in the reserve berth. So it'd be good to see him. He's ridden a lot down under in Australia. He's been over here pre-season in 2022 or 23, I think it was, Berwick. So he has a little bit of exposure over here, but this will be his first official meeting in the National League. Good to see him out on track. Luke, thankfully, is fit there on screen. He had a big off here on Wednesday night against Glasgow for the Cheetahs, where he was taken off in the ambulance. Initial reports of concussion were null and void in the end, and he was just feeling a bit second hand, and thankfully he's good and feeling ready and up for the challenge tonight. So let's have a look at the two sides from top to bottom then. We start with the Chargers. And we've got Luke KILLEEN at number 1. He's been an outstanding number 1 for them this season. He's ridden really well, and he's led this side from the front, and there's no doubt he will do that again. He will do that again this evening. At number 2 is Jacob Clouting, son of Savalas, former rider. Mostly remembered for his time at Ipswich. Jacob's had a good season. He's scored solidly at home here with a couple of 7-point returns, so he'll be looking to do that again tonight from number 2. Guest at number 3 for Jason Garrett is Connor Coles. Connor riding for Edinburgh at this level. And also Edinburgh in the championship as well. He's a good guest, he's a strong guest. He scored well here, guesting for the Cheetahs the other night against Glasgow. So he'll bring that experience he had from the other night onto today. Ashton VALE, 16-year-old, he's in at number 4 in that engine room of the team. And again, he scored very well here at home for the Chargers this season. He's got a 9, 11 and 8. He's recorded some good scores in the engine room of that team. Man who's really impressed this season, Jody SCOTT. Again, another young man. He's found himself with a few appearances for the Cheetahs this season, a couple of number 8 spots and a couple of rides in the side. He was in the team last season that won the league, and he's made great strides this season, and again he's scored incredibly well at home this season. Senna SUMMERS at 6, son of Arran, former rider of course, learned his trade up at Berwick's training track. Again, another rider who has scored well at home, down at reserve. He'll be looking for a strong night tonight to finish off his home campaign here for the Chargers. And the new man to us all, Declan KILLEEN. Like I say, Dec's been riding plenty over in Australia, so he has got good experience on the bike, but this will be his first appearance racing at this level, and we wish him well, and we hope he has a good meeting tonight. And obviously Peter SCHROECK, manager that leads all 3 of these sides, spoke to Peter about the fixture, and he's a little bit disappointed that it is the situation that it is. They know they can still get level on points, but the for and against column is way beyond them. So it's all about pride and trying to push the Lions all the way tonight and get a victory here at home. So the Leicester Lion Cubs, they will be champions if they take that aggregate, confirmed champions if they take that aggregate point tonight. They've always done well at this level of the sport. 2019 they won, and then again in 22, and it looks like they're going to take it again in 24. They've got a strong side, and they've performed well home and away this season. So they're really pleased at number 1 to be welcoming Joe Thompson. He was supposed to be riding elsewhere, but due to a rain-off, he's able to take his spot. Ben Trigger was pencilled in, but it will be Joe Thompson at number 1, and again, phenomenal rider at number 1 at this level of the sport now. Sonny Springer, this is his first season in Speedway. He was the 125 champion in 2020. He's had a couple of good results away from home. He did score 12+2 on the road, so hopefully he can find some form here tonight and enjoy himself and have a good meeting. Tom Spencer at 3. Tom was actually here guesting for Glasgow on Wednesday, failed to score. He did have a big off in his first ride, and I think that hampered him for the rest of the meeting. But again, a rider that has scored solidly away for Leicester, and they'll be hoping he can do the same thing again tonight. There will be a rider replacement for the injured Vinnie Joe Ford at number 4. At number 5, Luke Crang, oldest member of the side at 33. He actually made his debut in 2013, Luke, so he's been around the sport for a long time. And he's picked up a couple of handy scores away from home for Leicester, and they're riding at number 5. They're going to need him to do that tonight if they're going to push Oxford. Max James, a rider who's been in the Edinburgh team this season. He was a Leicester Lion Cub last season as well. He's only featured in one away meeting for Leicester this season because of commitments elsewhere, but he did score 14, paid 15 in that one meeting, so he'll be looking to have a good meeting. And a lad at number 7, Arran Butcher, that I know really well. Great guy, Aaron. He's been Freddie Lindgren's mechanic all season up at Birmingham, and he's really enjoyed that experience working with such a world-class rider. Of his own admission, Aaron, he said, have just not had enough meetings this season to be able to really kick on and progress, but he did score 10+1 up at Sheffield in fantastic victory that Leicester had there in their last meeting. And Dave Howard, a man that's run this side for many years, really nice guy. Dave, just had a quick chat with him, and he's of that same opinion. He knows his riders can turn up here and do a good job. He was really pleased that Ben Trigger was stepping in, but he's delighted to get Joe Thompson back at number 1. And they'll be looking to kick on and put this league season to bed. So there's the Killeen brothers. They are 1 and 7. Luke and Declan. Great to see Luke. We were unsure whether we were going to see him tonight after the other day. Had a really nasty crash. James Pearson came into the side of him, if you didn't see it, and took him out on the apex of turns 3 and 4. And then thankfully Cameron Heaps managed to get by without that much contact on Luke, but it was a nasty looking crash. It did rule him out of the remainder of that meeting, but like we say, thankfully nothing serious. And we all know these boys are made of rubber, and he's good and fit and ready to go again today to lead the charge for the Chargers here against the Lion Cubs. So I think it's been a good season in the main. A lot of these riders that are only racing at this level, they'll probably tell you they could do with a few more meetings here and there, a bit more exposure to tracks if they were given the opportunity. For those that are riding in the championship as well, like Max James and Joe Thompson as an example, they've had so many more meetings. It gives you a chance to try more, learn more, progress more. So they'll be hoping, I think, as a sport, we'll be hoping that we can get a couple more tracks at this level. The Scunthorpe Sheffield project this year has been a very good one, where the two sides have taken on one team. And it has, half the commitment for the club, but still giving the riders a full season at this level. So it'd be great if a couple of other sides were able to do that and commit to giving a bit more track time. So the two sides making their way across the centre green, and they'll come over for the parade. Big meeting for both of them. It's a shame that Oxford can't just push and make today really pivotal because of the situation with the points. But that is as it is, and they'll be looking just to go out on a high here. Quite a good crowd in today again as well. They always seem to. A couple of the fans said to me, what else are you going to do on a Sunday afternoon? This is the best place to be. Luke Killeen straight in. He's the captain of the side, so he'll be the one making the call on the toss. Connor Cole's just there having a look as well. The track's naturally a little bit slicker than we may find for the Cheetahs or the Spires. Pure and simply because you've got riders with less experience. It's much easier for them to manage on a slicker track than it is on a heavy or grippier track. So Jamie Lee on the mic today. And we can see Jamie with the two captains, Joe and Luke. He'll just have a quick Q&A with them both, get their thoughts and views on tonight. And then we'll just try and listen in and see if we can hear the coin toss and see who wins that, what they take and how it will pan out. But what we've seen with the gates all season really, at all levels, whether it's Championship, Premiership or National League, is you can win off every gate here. There is beneficial gates at different times of the meeting, but across the board, you find that you can get a win off of all 4 gates, and it does tend to even itself out. So sometimes the pick you make at the start of the meeting tends by the end of it to play into the hands of the other team. And because this will be a close meeting, I think it could prove quite pivotal. So yeah, I'm just going to listen in and see if I can hear the coin toss here for 2 seconds. So yeah, Joe Thompson and the Leicester Lion Cubs, they won the toss, and it sounds like they're going to take gates 1 and 3 in heat number 1. So when we get to the back end of the meeting, it will flip across, and the Oxford management will get the choice for gates in heat 15. So 1 and 3 for the away side. That'll put Sonny Springer off of 1 and Joe Thompson off of 3 in heat number 1. And you'll see Luke Killeen go off of gate 4. We didn't actually get a winner off of gate 4 for the Cheetahs the other day until right towards the back end of the meeting. Definitely over halfway, that was for sure. Just fill in my program to get the gate positions right. Just going through the riders. We've obviously been here already. A quick introduction to the crowd. There's Luke Crang. Like I say, Luke made his debut in 2013, and that was for Coventry. He's ridden for a few sides. Max James there, and Arran Butcher on the end. And he rode for me when I was up at Birmingham. I was helping Birmingham for a couple of years. We did something quite interesting that year. We didn't have a 7 lined up because of the way the pre-season developed. So we actually had a race off at the press and practice for the number 7 spot, which Arran won and got his spot in the side. Found it going tough, but he got his opportunity, and he's still racing, still trying to progress, which is great. So the last time we were here with the Chargers, it was a home defeat against that Scunthorpe-Sheffield combination. But if you recall, if you were here that day or you were watching the stream, it was incidents galore, and I think Oxford had 4 riders by heat 6 or 7, and they were on a hide into nothing that day to try and get anything out of the meeting. And that result, they lost Jody SCOTT that day, they lost Ashton VALE that day. There's a great shot there, 6 of the Cheetahs lined up. So they're just putting a practice start or 2, just putting a couple of laps. Gives them the opportunity to get a quick feel for the track. They'll go back in and do a bit of work on clutches. Make any small adjustments prior to their first heats. They get about 60 seconds out on track. Starting to get the smell up here in the commentary box as the riders put in some practice laps. The more riders on track, the more smell you get. And then we could bottle that smell. And if you were here for the Cheetahs meeting on Wednesday night against Glasgow, we had a blast from the past meeting, second half event, where we had England against Scotland. 8 enthusiasts, should we say, riding old 70s and 80s, 90s bike, Westlake's Westlake's GMs, and the smell, I have to tell you, and the noise was slightly different to what we get on the modern bikes, that's for sure. It was a real throwback. It was a really good event. England won it. Lee Ashby, my friend, was team manager, and Bert Harkins, my friend, was team manager of the Glasgow side. That was quite an event. It was good to get a slightly different view, something a bit second half what we used to have. So all the riders have put in a couple of practice starts, a couple of laps, all back in the pits. Paul Carrington is our referee today. I saw Paul over in the pits earlier. And he will be getting those 2 minutes on. There's the clock. That will get counting down, I would imagine, in about a minute or so. Just give those riders in Heat 1 the chance to sort themselves out. It'll be Luke Killeen and Jacob Clouting in Heat 1 for the home side. Maybe Joe Thompson and Sonny Springer for the Leicester Lion Cubs. Peter SCHROECK there, busy man, looks after all three sides. Enjoys the task, enjoys the challenge. Just a quick high five with all the boys. And there's the Leicester end of the pit, says Dave Howard there at the cap, clipboard. A man who knows more than most about this level of racing. He's looked after Leicester Lions for a few years now, quite a few years, and has done exceptionally well. And they will, and are champions elect. So thank you for watching the stream today. Hope you enjoy it. Hope we can deliver you a good meeting. The guys on track can give us something to talk about. Some good racing. If you can't get down to track, this is the next best thing. Strong crowding, quite a few Leicester fans I saw as I was walking in. But then I also saw a couple of Mildenhall Fen Tiger coats and shirts. I've seen a couple of Swindon tops. Good to see support from other teams just supporting this level of racing. There's our 2 minutes. The riders will be coming around to tapes for the first heat of this National League meeting. I think on stream, I think we've got another Cheetahs meeting to come. I think we've got another Spires meeting to come, and then I think we have an open meeting at the end of the season. I think is the under 19 British under 19s, 23s, 21s, something like that, 21s. I'll confirm that before the end of the night. We've definitely got a good meeting there, which has got, I think, got 5 of the home Chargers riders in it, so that'll be worth watching or getting down to track. So just over a minute for the riders to get to tapes. They've got to be ready to go when that 2 minutes kicks off. So here we go, opening heat of this fixture. Sonny Springer will go off the inside for Leicester in yellow. Next to him will be Jacob Clouting in blue for the home side. Joe Thompson, he'll go in white off of gate number 3, and Luke Killeen in red off the outside for the Oxford Chargers. So the 2 captains in this one, Joe Thompson, Luke Killeen, and depending on how they get away from tapes, it may develop in two separate heats. This one with the 2 number 1s on the outside, 2 number 2s on the inside. Guys just get set, all into position pretty quickly on this one. So, World Spear Riders Association National League, Oxford against Leicester, heat number 1, takes up and away we go. It's a nice even clean break for the first run into this one. It's a good gate from the outside from the 2 captains. Joe Thompson's pulling away there. Luke Killeen gets himself up into second. Jacob Clouting in third. Luke's got in really quick there and just locks up a tiny bit. Whoa, contact there between Jacob Clouting and Luke Killeen. Luke Killeen locked up, got in a bit of trouble, and fair play to Jacob Clouting because he controlled that contact and didn't develop into anything worse. Luke Killeen came in very hot, but Joe Thompson, he finds himself out front. Luke Killeen second, Jacob Clouting third. Sonny Springer, whether he's got problems or not I don't know, but he's just pulling up on the centre green. His race is done and dusted. They're just strung out a little bit now. Joe Thompson looking really comfortable out front. Thankfully nothing bad came from the contact between Jacob Clouting and Luke Killeen. Luke's keeping him on his toes. He's riding a fast line, Luke. But Joe never troubled. He's going to start off with a win for Leicester. Joe Thompson takes the win. Luke Killeen with second. Jacob Clouting third. Jacob's bite there just making a bit of a funny noise as he came underneath me there the last time. Whether that was due to the contact between the 2 of them or not, I don't know. But didn't sound too good. But it was a 3-3 scoreline. So there we go, confirmed scoreline. Joe Thompson with the win, Luke Killeen second, Jacob Clouting third, Sonny Springer at the back in fourth. So a 3-3 scoreline. Even Stevens after heat number 1. sponsored by Monarch. So the rider's already up for number 2. You can see it from the start again. Best gates come from the 2 boys on the outside. Joe takes control as he comes into that first turn. Well, just keep an eye on Luke, because he goes in quite hot here, and he just locks up there as he gets towards the back of Joe. And Jacob, yeah, just the back ends of both bikes touched. Thankfully, nothing serious. And both riders controlled that. And they're able to get through that heat. No major dramas. And an even start. It could be one of those meetings today. I think it'll be quite close. Both sides have got strength in their sides. We've got a minute and a half until the tapes will go up on this heat. And we're looking Senna SUMMERS on the inside in red for Oxford. Next to him in white will be Max James. Declan KILLEEN making his debut here for the Chargers in blue off of gate number 3. And Arran BUTCHER in yellow for Leicester off of the outside. 3-3 after that first heat. This heat sponsored by Keith Cook Construction. So again, not too much groundwork going on from these boys. They're coming in, picking a spot. Declan KILLEEN has rolled into exactly the same spot as Joe Thompson did. So here we go, heat number 2. Takes off, and away we go into the first turn, and it's a good start from Max James in white off of gate 2. Arran BUTCHER making a move right round the outside. Will he get over the top of Senna SUMMERS? Yes, he does. Keep an eye on Declan KILLEEN in second. He's just straightened up there a little bit. Will that give Arran BUTCHER the opportunity? Yes, it does. Arran BUTCHER up into second place. So it's a Leicester 1-2 at this moment. Max James out front. Arran BUTCHER in second. Declan KILLEEN in third. Yeah, Declan's just going a little bit straight going into turn 3. But he's got speed coming back out, and he's putting pressure back here on Arran BUTCHER now. Again, he's done some practice laps here, but he hasn't ridden it in any kind of anger. So he's looking to make a move. Arran just moves over and shuts the door there a little bit. Max James looking comfortable out front. Arran BUTCHER second, 1 lap to go. Can Declan KILLEEN get up to make a move on Arran BUTCHER? He's going a little bit wider. Will he cut up the inside? That's the look. He's just not going to get that run. One last opportunity. Arran BUTCHER, as long as he doesn't make a mistake, he's going to hold on to second, which he does. Max James with the win. Declan KILLEEN pushed Arran BUTCHER all the way there, but just could not get up into second place. So it's a 1-5 to the away side. So the early advantage goes to the away side. Max James takes to flag with the win. Arran BUTCHER had to work hard for that second place. For Leicester, giving them the 5-1. Declan KILLEEN didn't stop battling that whole heat, but just couldn't get up into that second place. And Senna SUMMERS just drifted away at the back there. So it is a 1-5 in favour of the Leicester Lion Cubs. Makes the progressive score 4 points to the Chargers and 8 points to the Lion Cubs. And you can see from the start again, Max James makes a good gate off of 2. Makes a good start, gets his wheels in line. And at this point in time, they're all in the mix. They're all 3 riders. But just here, Declan goes in and has to straighten up, and that sends him across the corner there, which gives Arran BUTCHER the opportunity just to turn up mid-track inside. But that wasn't the race put to bed, because Declan KILLEEN did keep on the back wheel of Arran BUTCHER. He was carrying more speed going into the corners, but just keep an eye, he just straightens up a little bit there again. But once he got his wheels in line off of 4, he had loads of speed and was catching up as they were going down that back straight, but just couldn't get up enough to get in amongst it and challenge. But a learning race for Declan KILLEEN. I'm sure you're taking a lot from that, and he'll live to go again in his next heat. So just waiting to see who we've got coming out for R&R here in yellow. Vinnie Joe Ford isn't here today. It's going to be it's Connor Coles, we can see there, guesting. He's on the outside in red. Ashton VALE in blue. It's Tom Spencer, who got some. So I can see the Leicester lines just looking over as if to say we need a bit of extra time here. So it will be potentially Max James, I think, looking at it from that last heat. I'd imagine they'll send Max out again straight away, but he's going to need an additional couple of minutes to get himself ready. He looked good, made the start in that reserve heat, Max James, and didn't look troubled for the 4 laps. He's riding a nice smooth line, was in control. So they're not sending the riders it takes back to the pits. There seems to be a bit of a conversation. I can see the 2 team managers talking. Peter SCHROECK and Dave Howard over there. 2 minutes isn't on. There's only so long you can sit at tapes and sit on the peg like the boys are doing. Get the feeling that the message didn't come across early enough from Leicester to say that it would be Max James and he'd need a bit of additional time. I can see him getting his helmet back on over there now. Yeah, there we go. There's Max. He'll be out in yellow. He'll take the rider replacement ride in this one. A good move, I would say, from Leicester there with a victory in his last one. So we've got there we go. 2 minutes is on now. Max his bike is on track. Riders now just taking the opportunity. Now they know they've got the minute and a half until tape's up. So we've had a win off of gate 2 and a win off of gate 3 so far. Ashton VALE and Max James find themselves on those 2 gates in this one. Then Connor Coles and Tom Spencer. They've got 2 riders. Tom was here the other day. Like I say, had a big crash going into the first turn on Wednesday, but did bounce, got back up, got back on the bike, completed all of his rides, didn't score. That probably wasn't feeling too fantastic. So here we go. There's our lineup for heat number 3. Tom Spencer, he'll be off the inside in white for Leicester. Next to him will be Ashton VALE in blue for Oxford. Max James, yellow off gate 3, taking the reserve ride for Vinnie Ford. And Connor Coles in red, guest tonight, this afternoon. For Oxford, he'll be in red off of the outside. So Oxford will be looking to hit back straight away here. And Connor Coles and Ashton VALE, they've got 2 riders that ride this track very well. Connor brings good experience. Connor Coles' dad, Michael Coles, he's here today. I've had a chat with Michael, good to see him. Former Exeter Falcons. Here we go, heat number 3, sponsored by the screen, away we go. An even break going up into that first turn, and Ashton VALE looks like he's going to come out on top. Keep an eye on Connor Coles up the inside of Max James. Now he's going to put Tom Spencer under pressure. All 4 riders. Good move from Max James round the outside of Connor Coles. Contact with his teammate. And that has given Connor Coles the opportunity to come up. Now the 2 lines came together as they were coming down the home straight for the first time. And that has caused them to go to the back. Tom Spencer was looking good until that point. But now that Michael Coles has got himself out front. Ashton VALE out front, keeping an eye on Max James. He's working really hard on the back wheel of Connor Coles. And they're all quite close in this one, all 4 riders. This is a close heat. Good heat as we go into the last lap. Ashton VALE out front. Connor Coles second. Max James is third. Tom Spencer, who was in a good position early on, he's gone to the back now. Max James, can he get around the outside of Connor Coles? He's looking to make a move. He's going to have to go in big and wide. Connor Coles, will he shut the door? Oh, Max James has come through both of them. What a move. What a move from Max James. He just rode a really conservative line, I thought. But then Ashton VALE and Connor Coles both just seemed to come off of their racing line, and that gave Max James the opportunity to get between them both. And 10 out of 10, that was a great move. Don't normally see a rider come in between the 2, but that's exactly what he did. 3 points for Max James. Excellent move to get between the 2 chargers there. It was looking like a 5-1 all the way, but Max James made the move between Connor Coles and Ashton VALE to give us a 3-3 scoreline in that one. Tom Spencer at the back, so a 7-11 is the progressive. Great heat. So here we can see the move. Yeah, Ashton just drifts off the line. Connor's not in the right position. Max James is nodding head. That tells you all you need to know for that one. Great move from him to get between the 2, but Ashton did give him that opportunity just by drifting off the line and moving into a position where he left the gap and left some space. But you've got to be in a position to take it, and that's exactly what Max James did. So when you consider reserve riders can take up to 7 rides, Max James with 2 wins in his first 2 rides. Could be looking at a busy evening. Ashton VALE and Connor Coles will be kicking themselves there. Tractor's just going to come out after these 3 heats and just do a bit of work. There was contact between Max James and Tom Spencer as they came round off of turn 4 for the first time. The 2 of them came together and gave each other a bit of a knock, and that let Connor Coles and Ashton VALE just start to pull away. But fair play, Max James didn't give up, kept on the case. And there's a rider replacement for Vinnie Joe Ford. That's a very good start. So 3 heat winners for Leicester in the first 3 heats. Joe Thompson and a couple for Max James. So yeah, just a little bit of track work just to even things out before we head into heat number 4. Yeah, we see some gate stats for us. Yeah, everything's happened off the middle 2 gates at the minute. A winner off of 1 and a couple off of 3. A winner off of 2, sorry, and a couple off of 3. Points are spread everywhere apart from gate 1. Not a point so far in those first 3 heats. Arran Butcher, he's going to find himself off of that gate in heat number 4. Yeah, Joe might be watching us, watching him, potentially. Just an opportunity to get a little bit of bike work done if they need it. See if we can look under Joe's shoulder. Yeah, he's definitely watching something. That's alright, I think that's somebody filming for him on the stand. There we go. Inside job. Inside job, and we thought it was on social media. Definitely not on social media. Tom Spencer's bikes, Max James's bikes. Yeah, busy boy so far. 2 wins in his in the first 3 heats. Great start for him. Seen Max a couple of times on BSN this year up at Edinburgh, and I was at the meeting down at Plymouth that he raced in. Got a big future, Max. Keep his feet on the ground. Still a very young man, but yeah, making good strides and a really tidy, neat style on the bike. And as we've seen, he's got himself out front in 1 heat and just looked really comfortable. And he's come from 3rd to 1st in a last bend move. There's the KILLEEN brothers there, Pete Schrott. Declan's going to keep his reserve spot in this heat alongside Jody SCOTT in heat number 4. Arran Butcher and Luke Crang for the Leicester Line Cubs. Massive amounts of work going on away from deck there. KILLEEN family got a close relationship with the Woffenden family back in Australia. Got the clutch cooler on there. Senna SUMMERS there. Just thinking about his last place first time out. He'll be looking to improve on that. And we see him again. He's going to be in heat 7 now. There's Jody SCOTT. He's had a great season, Jody. He made a couple of appearances for the Cheetahs. Progressing really nicely. Again, nice tidy style, Jody. Rider with a good background. Jody SCOTT was the mascot of King's Lynn in his younger days. I think that's where Peter Schrott was working when Jody came to light. And Peter's done brilliant to get him down here racing for the Chargers. So we've got 2 minutes on. We will be moving on with heat number 4. There was no water put down there, I don't think. It just was a chance just to even the grip out. Jamie Courtney and Wayne Hutt out there looking after the track. So we're going to see Declan KILLEEN again, we're going to see Arran BUTCHER again, and we're going to see Luke Crang for the first time, and we're going to see Jody SCOTT for the first time. Here they come as they come up to tape. Arran BUTCHER, he's going to find himself off the inside in yellow for Leicester. Declan KILLEEN, blue, he's going to be off gate number 2. Had loads of speed in his first ride, Declan. Luke Crang, white, gate number 3 for Leicester. And Jody SCOTT in red off of the outside for Oxford. So we are 7-11 as we move into heat number 4. Oxford almost hit back with a 5-1 in heat number 3 after the 5-1 for Leicester in heat number 2. But Max James had other ideas. And a fantastic move to keep those scores level. So a bit more work going on this time. Arran BUTCHER off the inside. Not a point scored off that inside. Arran BUTCHER, what can you do for us in this one? Can you give us a point? Or will the Chargers pull away? Okay, so here we go. Nuffield Health sponsoring heat number 4. Green light on, tapes up and away we go, and Declan KILLEEN rodeo from the tapes along with Arran BUTCHER a little bit there. Luke Crang's made a great gate. Here comes Jody SCOTT into the picture. The 2 number 5s out front, they're going to battle away. Declan KILLEEN, he's just going deep again around that wider line on Arran BUTCHER in turns 3 and 4. Luke Crang out front looking quite comfortable. Jody SCOTT tucked into second. Arran BUTCHER in third. Just taking a wider line there, Declan KILLEEN. He's carrying lots of speed going into the corners. If he can just get that line and hook it up, he's definitely going to move up to challenge Arran BUTCHER. Jody SCOTT looking to make a move on Luke Crang. Luke just lifts a little bit going down the back straight. Jody keeping an eye on the inside. Again, Declan just goes wider than Arran BUTCHER into the last lap. 2 races in 1 here. Can Jody SCOTT move up the inside when Luke Crang goes off the line? No, he can't. We've lost Declan KILLEEN at the back. He's just drifted away as well. Looks like it's going to be a 4-2 for the away side. Luke Crang with the win, takes the flag. Jody SCOTT didn't give up, kept pushing all the way, but just couldn't get himself into that mix to challenge for the win. And Arran BUTCHER consolidated with a 1 point in 3rd place. So 9:15, Luke Crang comes round. Take the applause of the crowd. So it was a win for Luke Crang for Leicester. 2nd place was Jody SCOTT for Oxford. 3rd, Arran BUTCHER. That gave it a 4-2 to the away side, meaning the progressive score is 9-15 in favour of the Lions, and they're just starting to creep away a little bit in this early stage. But a good race win for Luke Crang. See it from the start again. Just see Declan lift in there. The road up to the first turn. That just obviously kills all your speed. Kiss the base of the curb there as well. But he's got loads of speed. He's carrying lots of speed into the corners. If he can just keep it so that he gets a nice smooth run around turns 3 and 4, he's definitely going to be getting up and challenging for more points. As we can see, he's got loads of speed, that's for sure. Sonny SPRINGER, he's already out for heat number 5. You can see the aggregate score there on the bottom of the screen as well. I think they've got it as soon as they get to 43 points today. If they get to 43 points, Leicester, that'll be enough. That'll give them the aggregate, and that'll give them the league championship here today. So Sonny SPRINGER already up at tapes. He's going to be joined by number 1 Joe Thompson for the away side. And we're going to see Connor Coles, and we're going to see Ashton VALE for the home side. So yeah, a bit of groundwork going on there for Sonny SPRINGER. Arran BUTCHER did give us a point off of gate number 1 in that last one, but it was another win for gate number 3. Ashton VALE finds himself off of 3 in this one. Oh, excuse the graphic. I'll just pull that one off. They haven't all been excluded. That would be some heat if we had all 4 riders excluded. There we can see the boys rolling up to tapes. There we go. Connor Coles, he's going to be off the inside in red for Oxford. Next to him, Sonny SPRINGER in yellow. Gate 3, Ashton VALE in blue for Oxford. And off of that wide outside is Joe Thompson, winner first time out, in white for the Leicester Lion Cubs. 10 Tools are sponsors of heat number 5. 25 seconds to go until it takes up. Oxford, they're going to want to hit back here. 6 points the gap as we come into heat number 5. It's a strong pairing, but when you've got against Joe Thompson. Here we go then, heat number 5. Green light on, takes up and away we go. Connor Cole has made a blind off the inside. Keep an eye on Joe Thompson though. He's made a good one off for 4. He's going to get a run around the 2 riders into second place. And he's going to look to get up and challenge Connor Coles. He's taking a wider line and that works here. Put the back wheel out in turn 4. You can get a run around the outside. Not so much in turn 2, but he's going to make it work down the back straight. Joe Thompson gets the lead ahead of Connor Coles. Sonny Springer comfortable in third place at the minute. It's going to be another heat advantage to the away side. Joe Thompson out front, Connor Coles second, Sonny Springer in third. Ashton VALE just drifted away. I didn't have any eyes on Ashton, but he's quite a way back, which is quite a surprise really for him. Sonny Springer just getting in a little bit of bother there. Heading to the last lap. The 2 riders out front, I don't think they're going to make any mistakes. I think it's going to be a win for Joe Thompson. I think it's going to be a second for Connor Coles. Sonny Springer's comfortable in third, so it is going to be another heat advantage to the away side. Joe Thompson with the win, Connor Coles second. Sonny Springer picks up that important third place. And Ashton VALE just cut adrift away there a little bit. Like I say, I was watching the battle out front, not really seeing how Ashton VALE ended up so far back. But it is another heat advantage. So the away side, 11-19 now. Connor Coles had the lead there for a couple of laps. And there we go, Joe Thompson with the win, Connor Coles second, Sonny Springer in third, Ashton VALE in fourth. So a 4-2 to the Leicester Lion Cubs over the Chargers. Makes the progressive 11 to Oxford, 19 to the away side. So they're just starting to pull away a little bit. Maybe time for Peter SCHROECK to do a bit of work. There's me scratching my head. I'm not scratching for any reason, other than I was filling in my programme. I saw myself on screen, so I thought I'd have a wave. Here we go from the tapes. It's a good start from Connor Coles. Made a great trap off the inside. Got loads of drive going up into that first turn, but Joe Thompson as well made a good one, and once he gets over the top of Ashton VALE and Sonny Springer, he gets that run down the back straight. And if you just put your back wheel in deeper into 3 and 4 there, you just do get a run, which he did, and then he carried that into turns 1 and 2 again. He's got all the speed, he's around the outside, and he's in the ascendancy there. Just as Connor Coles drifts across track down that back straight, that is what put Joe Thompson in the ascendancy, and then he pulled away for his second win of the night. And like I say, that important third place for Sonny Springer. So we're straight on to heat number 6. The Real Mini Company, sponsors of heat number 6. Spencer Timo, former rider, has loads of work with riders and with this club. An important part of the fabric of Oxford Speedway. We're going to see Luke KILLEEN and Jacob Clouting back out in this one. We're going to see Luke Crang and unbeaten so far Max James. So Luke Crang, he'll go off gate 1, winner first time out in white for Leicester. Luke KILLEEN, second place first time out, he's in red for Oxford. Max James, unbeaten so far in yellow, he'll be off gate number 3. And Jacob Clouting, 1 point in his first ride, he's going to be in blue off gate number 4. So in that last one, it didn't come from the tapes, but Joe Thompson gave us a winner off of gate number 4. So gate 1 at the minute. Had a last place in that last one again, so it is a tough place to gate and get any points from in this meeting so far. Only Arran Butcher with 1 point in heat number 4 has picked anything up off gate number 1. Luke Crang, winner first time out, looked fast. He'll be looking to change that statistic. So 11-19, heat number 6. Leicester taking control of this meeting. Can Oxford hit back here? Their number 1, Luke KILLEEN, has made a great start. Luke KILLEEN. Great gate from gate 2. Max James on the pace tonight. Max, he's pulled into second place. Now they're going to want Jacob Clouting to get up around Luke Crang. He's gone for that wider line, and that's probably going to work down the back straight if he can carry the speed around Luke here. Bit like what Joe Thompson did in the last one to Connor Coles. Yeah, has he done? He's done exactly the same move. Well done, Jacob Clouting. Mirrored what Joe Thompson did in the last heat over Connor Coles. But Luke KILLEEN, he's out front. Max James in second. Jacob Clouting in third, and Luke Crang, whether he's got bike issues or not I don't know, but he's just pulling up at the back. So it's looking like it could be a heat advantage to the home side, just to eat back into that deficit they currently have. Luke KILLEEN looking fast out front, made a great gate, got himself out front, hasn't looked back. Max James got himself into second place early on. He was going to secure that second spot, and Jacob Clouting had to work hard, but he got himself up into third round the outside of Luke Crang. So a win for Luke KILLEEN, second for Max James, third for Jacob Clouting. 4-2 to the home side in that one. First heat advantage of the afternoon for them. So like we say, that just eats into that scoreline just a little bit. Luke KILLEEN on the back wheel, taking the applause of the crowd. So there we go, 4-2 to the home side. Luke KILLEEN with the win, Max James in second, Jacob Clouting in third. Had to work hard to get over the top of Luke Crang into that third place, but did it brilliantly. That gave it a 4-2 scoreline, 15-21, 6-point gap. The Real Mini Company sponsored that heat. Tapes it down, so it looks like we might just do a little bit of track work. There's Jamie Lee, DJ and announcer for the night. Nice to see him doing his thing. Here we go from the start again. Luke KILLEEN made a great gate off of gate 2. Really terrific start. He's got loads of drive up into that first turn. You can see the bike pulling him as he was going up into the first turn. Max James asserted second place. He moved up there and looked quick. He looks quick tonight, but keep an eye on Jacob. He's gone in deeper and he doesn't get the move done there, but he carries his speed. Luke gave him racing room. If he'd have shut the door, Jacob might not have been able to make the move, and then pretty much like Joe Thompson in the heat before, he just continues that speed down the back straight, gets over the top of Luke Crang into third, and then didn't really look back. So good performance that. There's our gate stats again, nothing off of 1, a couple of wins off of 2, 3 off of 3, and a winner off of gate 4. The points pretty split across those outside 3 gates, but gate 1 at the minute, that's the tough spot. That's the tough gate. As we look at the Chargers score so far, yeah, straight to Luke KILLEEN, 5 from his 2 rides. What you'd expect from the number 1. Connor Coles, 2 solid second places. Could have been slightly different. He was, in better positions in both of those rides, but again, 4 points solid. And a first time out for Jody SCOTT. So the 3 heat leaders there, picking up solid points. And Joe Thompson, 2 wins from 2, looking really good. Let's jump all the way down to Max James at reserve, 8 points from his 3 rides so far. It's a great start to his afternoon. He could be a busy man, but Arran BUTCHER, he's picked up 3 plus 1 from his 4 rides, his 2 rides, and he's looking quick at reserve. So it might not be Max James getting all the rides tonight, because when you've got the 2 reserves both on the gas, as they have. So yeah, we've just got the Bowser out, get a bit of water down. It's not too hot this afternoon, it's quite cloudy. That means the moisture stays in the surface a bit more. Haven't had any dust so far. We've been here for a couple of charges and meetings that have been roasting hot, but not so much today. Just a bit of a gear change there for Jacob Clouting, or they just reverse the tread on the tyre, one of the 2. But he's got 2 solid second places so far, 2 solid third places, sorry, for Jacob. And he had to work hard in that last one to get up into that third spot. We've had a couple of good races so far today. The track's playing its part. Riders are getting stuck in. Jody SCOTT and Senna SUMMERS. They'll be out in the next one, along with Tom Spencer and whoever is R&R for Vinnie Ford in this next one. We'll try and keep an eye on the pits and see if we can't pick up on that as we're walking down here. Just cleaning off that back wheel for Luke KILLEEN. See the clutch cooler on there, the oil. All your basic stuff that happens between heats that we don't always see. Good Luke. Always expect him at this level. He's been a superb number 1 for the Chargers this year. Looking quick again today. So yeah, as we scan, you can see Tom Spencer there holding his white helmet. So he's 100% out in the next heat, as we know. Dave Howard, who you got? Who's your R&R? Dave? Dave, who's your R&R? No, he's not telling us. We'll have to wait and see if we can't see somebody holding a yellow helmet. Joe Thompson's dad Darren, Neil Howlett helping him there, look. Good team, those guys. Yeah, he's had an outstanding season. As both the Thompsons have for Plymouth, they've been a superb addition to that Plymouth team in the Championship. And I would imagine both their signatures are very sought after, the two Thompsons. Talked to their dad, and you know, they got on really well, the two brothers. Both very level-headed, never throwing helmets, never getting upset or annoyed. They win and lose in the right way. Paul Hurry, he's helping Sonny Springer today. See the clutch cooler, she's blowing cool air onto that clutch. So hot after each heat. That's the reason the boys pivot that back wheel over. Because as soon as the tyre engages with the surface again, they pull the clutch in, it's working. Still trying to scan and see if I can see who's got a yellow helmet in their hand. We'll be replacing Vinnie Ford in this one. Again, Vinnie's been in this Leicester side now for a couple of years and has done exceptionally well for them. He's growing as a rider. He got a championship spot with Paul this season, halfway through, and has done really well for them. Injured at the moment, unfortunately. Hopefully he can get back to finish the season with Paul. And potentially the last couple of meetings for Leicester. So let's see. We'll possibly see Luke come out. But when you've got Max James riding like Max James is riding, have to wait and see. So yeah, the tractor's just pulling off. Sonny Springer isn't springing into action, so it's not going to be him. Out for the R&R. See Tom Spencer ready to go. Jody SCOTT in red there. Senna SUMMERS blue. Just having a laugh with the guys. Still pretty relaxed. 6 points down. Still got another away fixture to go after this one. So their last home fixture for the Chargers. Still have one more on the road, as do Leicester. Leicester actually got all of their home meetings in first. And they've almost had a second half of the season where they've been away from home. There's one way of doing it. So just looking over, I can see someone getting a helmet on. I think the form he's in. Possibly going to be Max James again. Senna SUMMERS just getting pushed off. He'll be looking to improve on his first ride. Senna, they failed to pick up a point. Is it Luke Crang in yellow? I think it might well be. 1 minute and 10 to get down to tapes. Yeah, the number 5 of Luke Crang. So he's going to be out as the rider replacement ride in this one. With Vinnie Ford. He's had a win and a last place so far. Luke Crang. There we go, there's the confirmed lineup. Jody SCOTT, he's going for the inside in red. Tom Spencer failed to score in his first one, although he was in the mix. He's going to be in white off of gate number 2. Senna SUMMERS, he's going to be in blue off of gate number 3. And Luke Crang in for the rider replacement ride for Vinnie Ford. He will be in yellow off of the outside. Like we say, a win and a last for Luke so far. Jody SCOTT with a solid second place. behind Luke in heat number 4. And then Tom Spencer and Senna SUMMERS. We've got 2 riders that failed to score. Henley and Son, network specialist responsible for heat number 7. Tapes up and away we go. Wow, Luke got loads of pull. Luke Crang going up into that first one. He's drifted away at the back though. Out front is Tom Spencer. Great start from Tom. Jody SCOTT on the inside of him. 3rd place at the minute is Senna SUMMERS. Luke Crang finds himself at the back in this one. Up the inside comes Jody SCOTT. He moves up the inside of Tom Spencer into 1st place. Senna SUMMERS sat comfortable in 3rd at the moment, but Luke Crang is now on his back wheel after going very wide on that first turn, first running. Jody SCOTT, he's stamping his authority on this heat now. He's pulling away. 2nd place, Tom Spencer. The battle's going to be at that 3rd place if there's going to be one. Senna SUMMERS, if he can get his wheels straight, he'll drop it back over the top of Luke Crang, which he does. A little bit uncomfortable going into turn 4, but straight line speed, that's what he needs, and he's kept it. 1 lap to go. Jody SCOTT, barring any mechanical, is going to take the win. Senna's just drifted across. Can he get his wheels in line? Yes, he does. Can he hold on to this 3rd place? Just feeling the pressure of Luke Crang behind him. But a much better last turn. Well done, Senna SUMMERS. He holds on for that 3rd place. Jody SCOTT with a solid win. 2nd place, Tom Spencer. Senna SUMMERS he was looking uncomfortable in a couple of spots there, but got those wheels in line, kept himself going, and they reduced the deficit again. Oxford, they're eating their way back into this. Good win for Jody SCOTT. Get himself out in front of Tom Spencer. Luke Crang fails to give Leicester anything from that second Vinnie Joe Ford rider replacement ride. So Jody SCOTT, great win out front for him. 2nd place was Tom Spencer. 3rd place was Senna SUMMERS, and it was Luke Crang at the back, failing to score. So it was a 4-2 to the home side. 19 to 23. They're just starting to edge. A couple of heat advantages on the spin there. 2 4-2s. Our first win off of gate 1, but he had to work for it because Tom Spencer made a great gate. Look at that pull up into the first turn. Luke Crang just seemed to go right past the turn there and ended up really high and wide on the first 2 turns. But keep an eye on Jody SCOTT. He's putting Tom Spencer under loads of pressure. Gets the speed up the inside there. Tom just drifts off that racing line, and that gives Jody the opportunity to get out front, get his wheels in line, and once he did that, there was no looking back really. The battle was for 3rd, and fair play to Senna SUMMERS. He had a couple of moments, but he managed to keep his wheels in line, and he held on for that all-important 3rd place. So it's a 4-2, 19-23. We've got a close meeting on our hands here as we move into heat number 8. Always a pivotal race for me, this one. We're going to see Declan KILLEEN out for his 3rd ride. We're going to see Jacob Clouting out for his 3rd ride as well. Sonny SPRINGER. Here we go, here's the confirmed lineup. Declan KILLEEN off the inside, 1 point so far for him. He's in blue. For Oxford off the inside. Arran BUTCHER, 3+1 for him from his rides. He's in yellow off gate number 2. Jacob Clouting, again 2+1 for him. He's going to be in red off of gate number 3. And Sonny SPRINGER, a point for him. He's going to be in white off the outside for Leicester. So all these boys have got points on the board. Again, you can't play any kind of tactical in heat number 8. It's always just as programmed unless you want to make a reserve switch. But they're all sticking to the programme here. Jacob Clouting, Declan KILLEEN, Sonny SPRINGER, Arran BUTCHER. Can Oxford get themselves back level in this heat? 5-1 would do it. Or can Leicester hold the advantage? Having the bed sponsors of heat number 8. Green light takes up, away we go. A good start from Arran BUTCHER there. Made a great gate. Keep an eye in red. Jacob Clouting as he moves around the outside. So, whoa, I don't know what happened there. Sonny SPRINGER seemed to get himself up in front of Declan KILLEEN, but then something went pop and he's drifted away at the back. So at the moment it's a 4-2 to the home side. Jacob Clouting out front, Arran BUTCHER in 2nd, Declan KILLEEN in 3rd. 4 boys stay upright. There's a little bit of gap between each of them. I can't see anybody challenging anybody at the moment. We do have a couple of laps to go. I can't see Jacob Clouting getting caught. Declan KILLEEN has got a lot of speed, you can see that. He's just learning the lines to ride here in a race situation rather than lapping on your own. But Arran BUTCHER's comfortable in 2nd at the moment. If you go into the last lap, Jacob Clouting out front, Arran BUTCHER 2nd. That's the way I think it's going to stay. It's going to be a solid win for Jacob Clouting, to the horns of the crowd. Arran Butcher with that second place. And Declan KILLEEN not far off the pace in third. So it is another 4-2. It's the third 4-2 on the spin. Sonny Springer was going to get up into the mix there at one point. Something seemed to go bang and he pulled into the centre green, and that was his race done. Jacob Clouting punches the air, takes the applause of the home crowd as he comes down the home straight. Win for him takes him to 5 solid points. Another point for Declan KILLEEN. Sonny Springer didn't finish the race. Another couple of points for Arran Butcher. So there we go. Jacob Clouting win for Oxford in that one, red helmet colour. Arran Butcher in second. Declan KILLEEN in third, and Sonny Springer, who was in the mix there for a bit, but ended up not finishing the heat. He was at the back. So 4-2 to the Chargers over the line. Cubs in that one. Abingdon Beds the sponsor of a 4-2 for the home side. Back to a 2-point deficit. They're creeping their way back into this meeting. Let's see it from the start again. A little bit of lift on the inside for Declan. That kind of gave Arran Butcher a free run to the first turn. But Jacob Clouting gets his back with a lovely style on the bike. Jacob, he gets himself out there over the top of Arran Butcher. And once he did that, yeah, we just missed there. I don't think there was any contact between Jacob Clouting and Sonny Springer, but Sonny looked like he might be just getting up alongside him. But not to be. 4-2, third 4-2 on the spin. So heats 4 and 5 were 4-2s to the away side, and then 6, 7, 8 been 4-2s to the home side. Still not many points coming in off of gate 1. Jody SCOTT did get a win off of 1, so we have had a winner off of every gate now. And you can see Connor Coles. So we're moving on to heat number 9, sponsored by SD Timo Car Sales, the old Spencer. We are going to see Connor Coles and Ashton VALE for the home side. And it's going to be Luke Crang and Max James. Max is already at tapes there. We can see Luke in the pits. He's getting him ready. A busy afternoon. This will be his 4th ride already, Luke. Win the first time out and then has failed to score in his next couple. So here we go. He's got 33 seconds to get himself to tapes, which he will do. Ashton VALE, he's going to be off the inside in blue. Luke Crang for Leicester, he's going to be off gate number 2 in white. Yeah, he's got loads of time, 25 seconds to get to tapes. Connor Coles, 2 second places so far. He's in red off gate number 3. And Max James having a terrific afternoon. 2 wins in the second for him. He's in yellow off the outside. So we're 23-25. The score has got nice and close again. Connor Coles and Max James, they both look good this afternoon so far. Luke Crang looked great in his first ride, and he's just drifted away. So heat number 9, green light is on. Point advantage to the lines at the moment, but the Chargers have made a great gate there. Connor Coles lifted a little bit, but he managed to get the front wheel down, get some forward traction. Red lights on. Bit of movement maybe, bit ragged, bit untidy the start. He'll come straight back round to tapes. No, they're going to get the go back round again. Here we go, we can see it again, just keep an eye. Well, I'm not sure there's anything wrong there. I just think that was a bit of an uneven start. Just because someone doesn't drop the clutch, you don't give them a chance to have another go. I didn't see any movement. If you did, that's why I'm not a referee. No, I didn't see anything wrong with that really. Connor Coles lifted a tiny bit. Yeah, let's have a look again. Connor Coles is a bit ragged, but I don't think he moves. Maybe off the inside, yeah. Fair play, Ashton VALE. He had a tiny bit of a roll. Probably going to pick up a warning for that as the cause of the stoppage. So back up to tapes. We're going to go again. We're Ashton VALE, we're Luke Crang, we're Connor Coles, we're Max James, we're heat number 9, sponsored by SD Timo. 2-point lead for the away side. He's made another great gate. Ashton, I don't know if there was a bit of contact there, but Max James made a great gate. But Connor Coles shuts that door, literally slams the door on him. That gives Connor Coles the chance to get out front. Ashton VALE in second. Max James is looking fast. He's moved back up into third place ahead of his teammate, and now he's set sail, looking after, trying to get himself up next to Ashton VALE. He's riding a different line to Ashton, you can see that. He's trying something different, trying to get that cut back up the inside. But Connor Coles has checked out, he's gone. Oh, there's a move up the inside from Max James, but Ashton VALE comes back over. Well done, Ashton VALE, because you can feel the pressure there. But will he get the run back down? No, Max James stamps his authority on that move. Ashton VALE did well initially just to stop the run, but Max James looks really fast this afternoon and he's got himself back up into second. But Connor Coles out front, again barring any mechanical, he's going to take the win here. Stamped his authority on this nice and early, got himself out front. Max James has worked hard to get himself into second. Ashton VALE, he's going to hold that third place, so it is a 4-2 to the home side. That brings it level. Are going to be level, 27 points apiece. As we move into the second half of this meeting, things are getting good. Connor Coles with the win. Good to see that further start and that first lap again in a moment, because there was plenty going on. So win for Connor Coles in red, Max James yellow second for the away side. Ashton VALE, he held on to that third place. And Luke Crang, after winning his first one, is at 3 last places. So a 4-2 to the home side, 27 points apiece. Oxford have worked their socks off to get 4 4-2s on the spin to bring themselves back level. But it helps when you've got Connor Coles out there. I thought Ashton just had a tiny bit of movement again in that one, but referee didn't pick up on it. Connor Coles moved over to shut the door on Max James, which he did. And that gave Connor Coles free track, fresh air. He was then in control of the heat, and Max James had to work quite hard to get himself up into second, which he did. Ashton VALE tried all he could to keep him behind, but he held on for that third place, no last places. And it gives you a heat advantage. So we're already well in to the 2 minutes on. 2 minutes on or not, but the boys are keen. Luke Killeen's already up at tapes. So we have got a Vinnie Joe Ford. That's probably what this delay is, because you know, if I could give you a bet on who is going to be coming out for Vinnie Joe Ford, I think you probably guess wisely that it's going to be Max James. He's looking really quick this afternoon, 2 wins and 2 seconds for him. So he will be out in yellow in heat number 10. So again, a couple of minutes. The boys have got to tapes really quickly when we've been in this scenario, and Leicester then trying to sort themselves out quickly to get their rider to tapes. But we are going to see Jacob Clouting winner last time out for the home side. He's going to be joined by Luke Killeen, winner last time out. Tom Spencer had a solid second place last time out, Tom. Oh, it's Arran Butcher. Arran Butcher in yellow there. Will be coming out, so that puts pay to everything I've said. But again, Arran Butcher, he's got 5, paid 6 from his 3 rides, so you know he deserves that ride, I would say. And I think they'll be looking forward in the programme here, Leicester and Dave Howard, to where they can use Max James. And when you look at this heat, it's a tough one for Arran, but let's see what he can bring. Jacob Clouting off the inside in blue for Oxford. Arran Butcher, he'll be the rider replacement in yellow off of gate number 2. Luke Killeen in red off of gate number 3 for Oxford. And Tom Spencer, he will be in white off of gate number 4 for the away side. So it's been a run of 4-2s. You've had 6 on the spin, 2 to the away side, and then 4 to the home side. That's brought the level, the points back to 27 all. Fortress Alarm, sponsor of heat number 10. Takes up and away we go. Tom Spencer's made a strong gate, as has Arran Butcher off the inside. So Luke Killeen, he's got some work to do. Almost a bit of contact there with the back of Arran Butcher. Luke gets himself quickly up into second place. He's going to set his sights firmly on Tom Spencer, and he's done it early. Great move from Luke Killeen. Third to first in the space of the lap. Now the work is for Jacob Clouting to do at the back. Can he get up to challenge Arran Butcher? Luke Killeen, marvellous first lap from him. Third to first, got himself around the outside of Arran Butcher at the inside. Tom Spencer, so Jacob Clouting at the back. Can he get up in amongst the points here with Arran Butcher in third? That's where the battle's going to be. That's the race. Luke Killeen, he's sewn this heat up. Once he got out front, he's got that fresh air. He can ride where he wants to ride. He's got the race in the bag. Tom Spencer in second at the moment. If it's going to change hands, it's going to be that third place. But Arran Butcher, again, like he's done earlier, he's riding very sensibly, riding a nice line. Looking after himself. It's a win for Luke Killeen. And yeah, Leicester have packed into second and third. Jacob couldn't get up to challenge. So the first 3-3 we've had for some time, but it does keep the scores level. Arran Butcher with the 1, Tom Spencer with the 2, Luke Killeen with the 3. Just a 1 point drop so far for Luke Killeen. Jacob Clouting just couldn't get himself into the mix there to challenge for points. So Luke Killeen with the win, Tom Spencer second, Arran Butcher third. 3-3 scoreline in that one. Fortress Alarm sponsors of heat number 10. That keeps it 30 points apiece as we move into the second half of this meeting. Here we can see it from the start. Again, it was the Lion Cubs that made the gate in this one. You give the Chargers all the work to do. Both of them made the gate and got themselves out front. Just keeping an eye on Luke Killeen here, very close to the back end of Arran Butcher, but he got himself over the top of Arran Butcher pretty quickly, and then as Max James just drifted across the corner a little bit, Luke took advantage, got himself up the inside, and then from there that race was done and dusted. He was gone. It was the battle for third that then became the focus point for us. But Arran Butcher just held on. Jacob just couldn't find the right lines to use to get himself up to challenge, and it did end a 3-all. We haven't had a 3-all since heat 3, third one of the night. Gate 3 is the gate to use today, that's for sure. 6 heats we've had of the 10 have been won from gate number 3. Sonny Springer, he's going to find himself off of gate 3 in this one. Joe Thompson off of 1. And we've got Jody SCOTT and Senna SUMMERS, so we're running to programme in this one. Here we go then. Joe Thompson, he's going to be off the inside, unbeaten so far for Leicester, 6 points. White helmet colour. Jody SCOTT red, he's just dropped 1 point so far. He's going to be in red off of gate number 2. Sonny Springer 1 point so far. He's going to be in yellow off of gate number 3. And Senna SUMMERS also 1 point so far. He's going to be going off of the outside in the blue helmet colour. So 30 points apiece. Great meet in this one, nice and close. Which way is it going to swing as we move into the back end of the meeting, where we obviously get the big heats 13 and 15. Joe Thompson in this one for the home side of Jody SCOTT. Out next we'll see Connor Coles and Max James again. Fifths of Letchingham are the sponsors of heat number 11. Takes up and away we go, and it's the 2 off the inside that made the gate. And Jody SCOTT's got over the top of Joe Thompson, who just has to lock up a little bit. The red lights are on. Let's wait and see what the referee saw. We will probably get a quick replay of that in a mo. Here we go. What can we see? Oh, no, that's the bit of the back straight action. Here we go. I would have said that was just a great gate from Jody SCOTT there, really. Wouldn't have seen that as any movement. And that was just a bit of a flyer. The message gets passed to him that, yes, you were the cause of the stoppage. I think I'd have been a bit annoyed if that was me, but there we go. He seems to have taken it. Joe Thompson off the inside for Leicester. I'm white. Jody SCOTT red, gate 2 for Oxford. Sonny Springer yellow, gate 3. And Senna SUMMERS blue off of gate number 4 for Oxford. So it's 30 points apiece. Smiths of Letchingham there, sponsors of heat number 11. We try again. Warning for Jody SCOTT. He's got to sit still. He sits still. And he made the gate again, or is Joe Thompson going to push him wide? Yes, he does. That has left a big old gap up the inside for Sonny Springer and moves himself into second place. Work to do for Jody SCOTT here to get in amongst this points to stop this from being a 5-1. Doubt very much that he's going to be able to get up to challenge Joe Thompson. I think he will just disappear, but it's that second spot that he's going to want to get. Sonny Springer at the moment looking pretty quick. Jody wants to get on his back wheel just to put him under pressure. Can always lead to mistakes. You can pressure the rider in front. But at the moment, the Lion Cubs have got it. They're on a 5-1. The Chargers don't seem to be able to get up to make a battle of this one. With 1 lap to go. Can Jody Scott do anything? 1 lap to go. Or is it going to be a big 5-1? Yeah, he's just drifted across the corner there a bit, Jody. That's probably put this race to bed. Joe Thompson, Sonny Springer looking quick. They are going to take a 5-1 for the away side. Jody Scott just drops his head as he comes across the start-finish line. Couldn't do anything about them out front there. That does just put the away side back in control of this fixture. Good second place, they'll be happy with that. Leicester with Sonny Springer there. Jody Scott. Senna Summers had no answer in that one. There we go. Joe Thompson with the win for the away side. He was followed by his teammate Sonny Springer. That gave him the big 5 points. Jody Scott working his socks off but just unable to get up and get in amongst it. So it was a 5-1 to the away team. 31-35 as we click into heat number 12. The tapes are down, so we may well have a bit of a break here. Let's see it from the start again. Yeah, it was pretty even from the 2 on the inside, and unless you can get over the top of that rider on gate 1, you just do. Just keep an eye here on Jody, because he's just on the outside of Joe, and he just moves. And once you get your back wheel in front there of Joe Thompson on Jody Scott, you know, you lose your forward traction, Jody there, and you left a big hole. And Sonny Springer, fair play, he rode a really nice first 2 turns, got himself up the inside, and then the gap developed pretty quickly, and Jody just couldn't seem to get up, find the lines, find the pace to get up and challenge for that second place. So, as always here, the gates do level out. We've had a couple off of 1 now. We've scored some points off of 1. Gate 3 is the place to be with 6 heat wins and 24 points. But we have had wins off of everywhere else. Points have been scored off of everywhere else. But gate 3 is the one. And the away side are going to get that in the next heat. And they're going to get it in heat 14. Scorers, yeah, Luke Killeen with 8 points, the standout so far for the home side. 5+1 solid from Jacob Clouting, just couldn't get in amongst it in that last heat. Connor Coles has looked really good, 7 points for him. Jody Scott, 6 points from his 3 rides there. The boys at the minute are doing the damage for the home side, but for the away side, Joe Thompson, maximum man so far, unbeaten, and he's looked like being unbeaten as well, very fast. Luke Crang started with a win, and then has had nothing since. And when your number 5 has 3 last places, it's kind of telling. And when you look at the reserves, 16 points from the 2 reserves, 10 from Max James, 6 from Arran Butcher with a couple of paid as well. That is what potentially is the difference in the 2 sides at the moment. Because for the home side, it's just 3 points from their 2 reserves. So they haven't been able to do what the away side have done. And in Max James, they've got a rider who I think we're going to see, well, we're going to see him in heat 12 anyway. And then depending on how the meeting develops, I think we'll probably see him in 14 as well. We shall see. So we've just got the Bowser out. We've just got the tractor out. We're just going to do a bit of track work. I'm just going to take this opportunity to make sure my program's right. Yeah, Joe Thompson. Dan Thompson. I was going to say it at some point. Joe Thompson with 3 wins from 3. He looks really good. So Peter Schrock there, just got the Oxford boys together just to see where they feel they're going. Not wrong, because there's only a 4-point gap, and it's just in that last race. They've just seemed to stem the tide there with a 3-all in 10 Leicester, and then they've got a big 5-1 in heat 11. So with the meeting. And it's when you've got that Max James, when you've got that reserve rider that you know can score. I mean, Arran Butcher's riding really well as well. He's got 6 points from his 4 rides, but you know, 2 wins and 2 solid seconds, but he's had to fight for those, Max James. You've got options as a team manager. You've got options that you can mix and swap riders around. Whereas for the home side, Declan's looked fast and he's learning the track all the time. He's got 2 points from his 3 rides, and it's just a point for Senna Summers. So you've got less options, you know. There's no one really there that you can swap or change around to try and get in amongst it. So they're going to be looking for Connor Coles, Luke Killeen, Jody Scott to get the points as we move into the back end of this meeting. But I think 14, depending on what the scoreline is when we get to 14. At the moment, heat 14 is Ashton VALE and Senna Summers. Ashton's only got 2 points. Senna Summers has only got 1 point. They're going to be up against potentially Max James and Arran Butcher, who are riding very well for the away side. So, but it's all about learning. That's the key here. They know that you know Leicester are pretty much done and dusted for the league title. They're only 8 points away from that now. They've only got to get the aggregate point here to take the league championship, which they look like they're going to do quite comfortably. With 4 heats to go, only 8 points adrift, and they know they've got Joe Thompson a couple of times. To potentially see that as the 6 points. But it's been a good meeting. Both sides have adapted to the track. We've had a couple of really good races, a couple of good overtaking manoeuvres. So we're just going to take this opportunity just to get a bit of water into the surface. Just even out that shale a little bit. Just to clean, lube that chain there. On Jacob's bike. Let's get it back together. So these two sides have been the standout teams in this division this year, that's for sure. But as we've said, and I've said on many an occasion, it is just about the learning aspects of it, about these riders getting the track time. But Scunthorpe, Sheffield, they've done very well. Bellevue, Middlesbrough and Edinburgh. Fair play to all those clubs for having teams at this level. Obviously Middlesbrough, they're tied in with Redcar. So yeah, been an interesting season. So what we'll do is, just while we've got a bit of a break, we will just have a little flashback and let's have a look at a race we've had here earlier in the season. Alex Spoon off the inside in blue, William Cairns yellow gate 2, Luke Killeen red gate 3, Nathan Ablett white off of gate number 4. Let's try again. Second stage in the heat number 1. Takes go up and away we go. Tiny bit of movement from William and a great start off a 4 from Nathan Ablett. He gets into the first turn first. Luke Killeen tucked into second. William with a nice inside move there under Alex Spooner. He comes into third place, but a nice close battle out front between those three. Nathan Ablett, Luke Killeen, William Cairns. He's having a good look at him up the inside here. Oh, a bit of trouble for Nathan there. He's gone wide.
A really good move there from Luke. You know, you can see as they're coming into the corners, a sort of straight line. I think because the track is, like we were saying earlier with the material, it's quite heavy going in. But Luke is getting a miles better run going in because of how hard he's attacking it. But yeah, great overtake for Luke. Yeah,
he's pulled away now. William Cairns has moved up into second place after that bit of trouble that Nathan Ablett. A little bit of trouble again there. He's gone wide. I think Alex Spooner just a bit too far back there to cause any kind of problem. But Luke Killeen out front now. He's got this race in the bag. William Cairns comfortable in second place. Nathan Ablett, yeah, we're all strung out here. He's going to pick up the third place. So a win for Luke Killeen, 3 points for him. Second place William Cairns, a nice debut for him. Nathan Ablett comes in third, and Alex Spooner gets his first race of the season under his belt. Nothing too much expected from him. He was at the back in blue. So we start off with a 3-3 scoreline. So here's the confirmed score for that race. Luke Killeen with the win for Oxford. Second place was William Cairns for Scunthorpe. He was joined by his teammate Nathan Ablett in third, and Alex Spooner at the back. So a 3-3 scoreline to start the meeting. Yeah, I think that was the first day that the first meeting that many of us were introduced to William Cairns, and he was phenomenal that day. I think that was the only time he was beaten that day. He was superb for the away side, and really impressed all of us looking on. There's Darren Thompson, the Thompson twins' dad. Just giving the chain a bit of lube. Opportunity to have a clean up. He's obviously going to have a couple more rides for sure. Joe Thompson. Neil there is Spannerman. It's interesting. I was talking to Darren Thompson, the Thompson twins' dad, about, you know, obviously he's got the two boys, and then to the start of their careers they were in the same team, but that's starting to change a little bit now. And they are in different places, different times, whereas before they were always together. And he said as a unit they all get on really well. The boys help each other. There is healthy competition between the two of them, but they work together and they're pleased to see each other doing well. But they're just looking at how they're going to develop next season, because you know, it's not going to be long before I think we're going to see, you know, the Polish league asking the question of the two boys whether they want to get over there and get involved. So it's great to see. I remember them as young lads doing laps at Birmingham and at Leicester, and they both progressed fantastically well and have come on in leaps and bounds, and it's brilliant to see. We love to see that. There's Max James, star man, along with Joe Thompson for the away side so far tonight. He's going to be out again here, be his 5th ride of the night. He's enjoying himself. When you're on a crest of a wave and you're trapping and you feel fast, you're getting points. You know, you just want to be on the bike as much as you can. But he's up against Connor Coles, who won his last one and has looked fast. We're going to see Declan KILLEEN for his 4th ride. I've been impressed with Declan. He's only scored a couple of points, but he looks quick. And he's done some laps of this track, but it's totally different when you get out there with other riders. You know, when the riders are out there and they're just practicing, it's a totally different sensation, totally different feel. As soon as you've got 3 other guys out there, you know, racing with you, it's a totally different mindset. So I think he's looked good. I think he should be pleased with himself, the way he's adapted it, and you know, hopefully he can pick up a couple of points in this one. And depending on how he does in this one, he may find himself in for Senna SUMMERS in Heat 14 potentially, but we shall see. We shall see. And 2 minutes will go on. There we go. Right on cue. Carrington. Big heat in the context of this one now. I think if it's a big heat advantage to the away side, it could well put this meeting to bed. And in Tom Spencer, they got a rider who's looked quick tonight. Tom, he's picked up a couple of 2nd places, and in Max James, they got a rider who's looked really quick. But we're hoping Connor Coles can make the gate. He's been trapping really well the last couple of meetings I've seen Connor in. So Max James, he's going to be off the inside in yellow. Connor Coles in red, he's going to be off gate number 2. Tom Spencer in white off of gate number 3. And it's Declan KILLEEN in blue. A couple of points on his debut. He's going to be on the outside. And a tough heat for him, but he's just got to keep doing his thing, try and make the gate and get in amongst it. Colin Perkins, Property Maintenance, sponsors of heat number 12. Minute to go. Bit of work for Connor there. Gate number 2. So we've seen wins off of everywhere now. Everywhere's given us a winner. There's only been one winner off of gate number 4, which was Joe Thompson. A couple off of gate 1. And Jody SCOTT and Joe Thompson again. So let's wait and see. It's good. We've had a nice close meeting. These 2 teams showing us why they are the 2 teams at the top of the league. They've got plenty of strength. If it wasn't Connor Coles here, it'd be Jason Garrett. We wish Jason all the best out for the rest of the season with an injury. Okay, heat number 12, 31.35. Take to go up and away we go. Tom Spencer off a 3 with a blinding start there. Whoa! Max James just collects the back of Connor Coles and goes over the top. Just a case of first bend bunching. In terms of them all coming into the turn together. Whether Max might find himself excluded for that one as the cause, we shall see. He did go into the back of Connor Coles pretty much unchallenged, but when you're all going for that same piece of track at the same time, and that's a real shame for him. Thankfully it didn't cause Connor to come down. And that will cause us to have a rerun. There's Max's bike. Took a bit of a whack. You can see the front end there is bent as he came over the top. So we do hope he's okay. Paramedics are with him at the moment. He's still down on track. Yeah, I'm going to push that back. There we go. It's going to need to be carried. Just the front end there is bent in. Yeah, that's the last appearance for that bike tonight, I would have thought. And hopefully not the last appearance from Max James. He's been riding really well. He's been enjoyable to watch. He is sat up now, which is great news. The most important thing when you go over the top like that, you always fear for collarbones and neck injuries, but he is sat up. So you can potentially hear the horns and the clapping there. He is up on his feet, and as you can expect, you know, we hold back on any replays until we know the rider's okay. So we can see it from the start again. Tom Spencer made a great gate, got over the top of everybody. Max is lifting there in yellow. And Connor locks up a little bit there. Can't see an exclusion light on at the moment. You know, seeing that again second time round. Connor Coles just seemed to lock up a tiny little bit. And that caused Max to go into the back of him. But again, so quick happens in that first turn, those first 2 turns. I'm always of the opinion, yeah, just watch again. We can see Connor Coles in red. Keep an eye on him and Max off the inside. Tom Spencer makes the gate off the 3. He's gone. Max lifts a little bit, and that's what stops his drive to the turn. You see him lifting there, look. But just keep an eye on red on Connor Coles, just as they come into the apex, just there, a tiny bit. And that is what causes Max James to collect the back of him. So I retract everything I said earlier on. There's Max, thankfully he's okay, and he's walking back. I'd like to see all 4 there. Some referees may, if they saw that at the first chance, you know, think that Connor locked up a little bit. We've had loads of incidents recently where the rider in front has done something to cause an incident. We've seen the rider in front excluded, we've seen the rider in second place, or the rider chasing the rider in front excluded. But there's no lights on at the minute, so I anticipate it's possibly going to be all 4, which I'd like to see. That would be fair, I think, in that situation. Racing is racing. Just saw, you can see the tread on the back of the tyre there. See the knobbles. Once upon a time they'd cut them themselves. Clutch cooler out straight away. You can see a Razza Racing saddle there. So Rasmus Jensen used to enjoy that saddle, no longer. It's on the back of Declan KILLEEN's bike now. Crang and Joe Thompson having a bit of a chat there. So we're going to have a rerun. I think we're going to be all 4. I can't see a light. No light has come on down below. So the referee has just seen that as a racing incident in the first turn, which is good news. Thankfully Max James is up and okay. Thankfully Connor Coles didn't come to grief in the contact. And we will get to see all 4 riders again. Tom Spencer will be a bit aggrieved. He made a terrific start there off gate number 3. And he was looking good. Just a tiny bit of a hold up just to give Max James a bit of time. So what we'll do is while we've got the hold up, let's just have another little flashback and check out our heat from earlier in the season. So it will be Steam Piper off the inside in yellow for the Scunthorpe Stags. Next to him, nobody, Jason Garrett excluded. Gate 3 will be Nathan Ablett in white. Off the outside will be Jacob Clouting, who's in for the injured Ashton VALE. Here we go, heat number 5. Second time of asking, it's a good start again from Nathan Ablett. And it's a strong start as well from Jacob Clouting. He's trying to look to come round the outside of Steam Piper, which he does do. Gets himself into second place. So it was a nice setup. Big there, Jacob, and is he going to get the run around the outside? That's fantastic.
Great line.
What a move that was. Can he hold it here? Yes, he does. Great stuff, Jordan.
Yeah, I think Oxford really needed him to step up here. It was a big ask. You know, Nathan going so well in the championship. Jacob only doing a handful of meetings, but yeah, it was a great first turn from Jacob. You know, ran the outside of Steen, up the inside of Nathan, and great outside pass on Benster in for, and he's holding his own here.
Yeah, there's a lot of expectation on his shoulders coming into this one. He's stepped up, he's made a fantastic move as we go into the last lap. It is Jacob Clouting out front, Nathan Ablett in second. Third place is Steam Piper. It will be a 3-3, it's the best that the home side could have asked for, and it's a great return from Jacob Clouting coming in there. Circum now gets the last 2 turns, and it's a great win for the home side. Jacob Clouting with the win, Nathan Ablett in second, Steam Piper in third. But that was a terrific move from him.
Yeah, it's great to see. I'm real good mates with Jacob, and he has struggled lately with his confidence, and even last year. But you know, rides like that, it can change your rider so much.
But there's the scoreline from heat number 5. It was a win for Jacob Clouting in blue, Nathan Ablett second, Steam Piper third. No Jason Garrett, he was excluded for the stoppage. The first running of the heat, so a 3-3 score. Yeah, tough day in the office that one for the Chargers, but great to see a race win there. So we're just still a bit of a delay, just while we give Max James the time, I think, to get himself together. 2 minutes will probably be going on imminently, but gives the riders a chance to get together there. You can see all the Oxford boys. There's Declan KILLEEN. So 31:35. We're on a knife edge with the meeting, really. Oxford will want to get something out of this next heat. Gives Connor Coles another opportunity, because Tom Spencer had made a great gate in that last one. And if Declan KILLEEN can make the gate, if he can trap and get in amongst it in that first turn, we've seen tonight a couple of surprising heats where, you know, it's just got strung out a little bit in riders that you'd expect sometimes to have to get up and challenge the rider in front. Hasn't been able to do so. So if Declan can get himself ahead of Max James or Tom Spencer going into that first turn. I think Max James is okay, he's going to be coming back out again. Hopefully nothing serious on that one. So, still in the pits there, Max James, but he will be out. He's got a minute and a half, plenty of time. Connor Cole's already at tapes, keen and eager. He's going to be off gate 2. There is Max James. He's going to be coming out again. It will be on his second bike. So again, mindset, you don't know how that affects the rider. That bike's been going so well, so fast. Minute and 10 to get to tapes. Will that make a difference for Max James? Will that help Oxford in this heat? We shall see. Will he be feeling a bit second hand and a bit uncomfortable after that first incident? Second bike, clean bike for Max James. So here we go. Second running of heat number 12. Max James off the inside in yellow. Connor Cole's in red off of gate number 2. Tom Spencer white gate number 3. And Declan KILLEEN blue off of gate number 4. Second running after that nasty looking incident going into the first turn, but thankfully Max James is okay. He just caught the back end of Connor Cole's. And like we say, we've seen decisions, you know, go for riders against riders, but when it is in that first turn, I always like to see the referee give everybody the opportunity, especially at this level of racing where there isn't the experience that some of the other riders have got in the higher up levels. Because it's starting to cloud over. I don't think we're going to get any rain, but it's definitely clouded over here. The temperature's dropped a little bit, and in terms of the surface, I'll just help to keep that moisture in the surface. So here we go. Colin Perkins, the sponsor of heat number 12. 31.35, takes go up and away we go. Tom Spencer looks like he's done it again. He's got over the top of Connor Cole's. Max James in third. Here comes Declan KILLEEN up the inside. He's had a look. Just shut off a little bit there going into turn 3. So Tom Spencer up front, made the gate again. Connor Cole's done round the outside. Can he get a run into turn 1? Probably going to look to cut back, although Max James has moved in. Oh, and Connor Cole's. Will Connor just... Whoa, he's got him really hot. Whoa, big moment there. 3 down. Thankfully Declan KILLEEN stayed upright, but Connor Cole's went in really hot there and just collected the back of Tom Spencer. So 3 of the 4 down. So this heat doesn't want to reach its conclusion. It's going to have another rerun. And I think it will be the red light straight away there for Connor Cole's. He just caught some grip, went in really hot, really quick. So from one end with Max James, we're now looking at Tom Spencer on the ground at the other end. He is moving, but he is still led down. So Tom Spencer is sat up, Max James is up and walking back. Connor Cole's is there, we can see Connor riding back. He will be excluded as the cause of that stoppage. So he won't be out again. Again, nothing malicious in any way, just caught loads of speed going in. And before he knew it, he was right at the inside of Tom Spencer. So Tom's sat up, he's got his helmet off, he's talking to the paramedics. Max James is walking back. He's going to be feeling really aggrieved, Tom. He's made 2 brilliant starts. He's got himself out front twice in the first 2 run-ins of that. There's Max James walking back. It's not a heat he's going to remember fondly. Hit the deck twice now. Thankfully okay though. But that makes the heat super difficult to the home side. But that's racing, it happens. Seen it 100 times, we'll see it 100 times more. Tom Spencer's on his feet. That is the most important thing. And he's walking back. Unaided, that's great. Good news. There's Tom. There's Dave Howard, clipboard in hand. So we can see it again, it was tight going in, again the same scenario. Just keep an eye on Tom's up front, Connor Cole's in second. Just seems to carry loads of speed. It's the next time around. Here we go. So Connor's all over the back of Tom Spencer there. He's got loads of speed, Connor Cole's, and he's just gone in deep here. But then Max moves up the inside and just stops that run, and it just seems to propel Connor Cole's forward here. Tom's lifted a little bit. loads of speed. He lays it down, catches the back end of Tom Spencer. And Declan KILLEEN did really well to get off the gas because Max James was down in front of him. So all manner of things going on in that incident, but thankfully everybody's okay, everyone's up. We won't see Connor Coles again in the rerun. I think we'll see Tom again. Yeah, he's okay. So I don't think that'll get awarded. Jody SCOTT there, I think Jody's out in the next heat in blue, so he's already got his helmet on in prep for that. But we'll see the riders again. They've all gone back into the pits. Yeah, there's a bit of wear and tear there on the seat of Connor Coles' Kevlars. You can just see Max James move up the inside, and that throws Connor off there, and it just pushes him a little bit wider. Tom Spencer lifts, but you can just see, to be fair, Connor's laid it down there and just catches the back end, and it actually spins him around completely, Tom Spencer. Yeah, all happened so fast. Thankfully everyone's all right. So Declan KILLEEN still got his helmet on, so I think we will see that. I don't think we can award that one. That's got to be rerun again. So Declan KILLEEN, he's going to be the running solo charger in this one, but he's up against Max James and Tom Spencer, who have both bitten the dust in the first two stagings of this heat, so they won't be feeling the best. So it gives him an opportunity. You know, we can see all of our Oxford links across the bottom of the screen there: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out what's going on with the Spies, the Cheetahs. There's a couple of meetings to go here still. We'll have a couple of streams. But if you can get to track, that's the best place to be. But if you can't make it to track and you are watching from home, we do appreciate it. It's good to tune in and listening. We hope you like the streams that we bring you. We work nice and hard behind the scenes trying to get some good graphics and some good replays and good camera work. And I try not to bore the pants off you by saying the same thing over and over again. There's Jamie and Peter. I think they're Michael Hunt, the clerk of the course. I think they know that the writing is on the wall in this one, but they're gonna keep plugging away. So we're still 31.35. We're still on the heat sponsored by Colin Perkins. And do you know what? Let's go to a video. Let's have a look at a little bit of a flashback from a heat bygone. Ace Piper, he's going to be off the inside in yellow. Next to him, Alex Spooner in blue for the home side. Mickey Simpson, white. He'll be off for gate 3. 5+1 for him so far. He's having a good night. And a couple of wins so far from his 2 rides. Luke KILLEEN, the number 1 for the Chargers. Find himself off of gate 4 in the red helmet colour. Last 2 heats we've had, the last heat was a gate 4 win. Last 2 heats, let's see what the boys can do from here.
Luke needs to be up the tapes here, it's 2 minutes to done.
Yeah, very close there, I think. Tapes up and away we go. As Luke made the trap off of 4, he's got a tar over the top of Mickey Simpson. Is he going to get the run around Ace Piper as well? Not yet. Senna sorry, just looking up the inside there on Mickey Simpson, who's gone in really hot here, putting Luke under pressure. Pushing him forward.
What a line from Luke.
Oh, an elbow to the head as he was coming down the home straight there as well.
Yeah.
He was almost forced into that position.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Luke's giving him a wave as he's gone past. But,
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. That was really close as they came home down the home straight for the first time. But Luke KILLEEN, he's got himself out front. Ace Piper finds himself second. Mickey Simpson third. Alex Spooner at the back at the moment. It has just calmed down a little bit. A little bit hectic there for a couple of laps.
Yeah, Luke's riding the exact line that I thought he was going to. The first lap, Mickey sort of run up the inside and had a bit more speed, and Luke was spinning up. But yeah, that track's turned over very quickly from that water, and I think it's done it a world of good. But
yeah, I think Alex Blessy's really struggling here. He's suffering first meeting back, it's always tough. But another great win for Luke KILLEEN. I don't think he's overly happy with how he had to get there.
Oh, it was a little bit tight, but
it was
he
a little
battled
bit
hard.
tight.
Here we go.
Is he gonna have a little comment, or is he just gonna keep himself to himself and take in the fans? That's the way to do it.
That's it. Keep it quiet.
That's the way to do it. So off the Outside will be Eli Meadows in yellow, 3 points so far for him. Jason Garrett for Oxford, gate 2 in red. Matt Mars and white, gate 3 for Bellevue. And off the outside, Senna SUMMERS in blue for Oxford. So all these boys have got decent points on the board at this stage in the meeting. Wait and see. No hanging about from the referee. Heat number 12, 38-27. Tapes go up and away we go. And it is a good start from the middle two as expected. Jason Garrett in red. Will Matt Marsden get the run around him going down the back straight? I think he's going to. Yeah, good speed from Matt Marsden. That puts him into first place. Jason Garrett's in second. And in that battle of third, Eli Meadows in third place for Bellevue. And Senna SUMMERS at the back. Senna's will be looking to land a blow on third, in the same way Jason will be looking to land a blow on Matt Marsden out front. It has developed into two races, as predicted. Matt Marsden white, Jason Garrett, they're battling for the lead. Currently held by the Bellevue Colt. And in third place, Eli Meadows has got Senna SUMMERS now on his back wheel. Jason Garrett looks to make a move up the inside, but he's got a nice run around the outside there, Matt Marsden. He's carrying the speed, but Jason's looking quicker here, going into turns 4, up the inside, moves into first place. Great move from Jason Garrett there on Matt Marsden. He's now taken the lead. Eli Meadows still holding third place from Senna SUMMERS. It's a solid third place for Eli Meadows, but a cracking win out front. Jason Garrett had to do it the hard way, but he gets the win. Second place for Matt Marsden. Third place for Eli Meadows. And Senna SUMMERS at the back. So yeah, Jason Garrett, such a shame his season was ended. He was doing well for the Chargers. And of course got that move up to Glasgow in the championship. So a real shame for him. We are going to go again with heat number 12. We are only going to have 3 runners. Just Declan KILLEEN for the home side. Can he get amongst these two? Tom Spencer and Max James have both applied themselves very well this afternoon. Here we go. Max James, he'll be for the inside in yellow. Nobody off of gate number 2, so a bit of space for the 2 Leicester boys going up into the first turn. Tom Spencer off of 3 has made 2 great starts so far. And we'll see Declan KILLEEN in blue off of the outside. 31-35. Third running of heat 12. Let's hope we get through it in one piece. And with an Oxford hat on, let's hope Declan KILLEEN can make the gate. And I think if he actually was, if he was able to get the gate and get out front, I think he's riding the track well enough now to hold his own. It'd be a bring the house down moment if he was able to. Let's wait and see. So third stage of the heat number 12. Green light on. Takes up and away we go. And it is the 2 Leicester riders that make the gate. Just keep an eye on Declan KILLEEN here if he can get straight line speed. Just going to go in a little bit deeper. Tom Spencer looking comfortable out front, but Declan KILLEEN is on the back wheel of him here. And he's getting loads of speed coming around turn 2 down the back straight. Can't knock him for the way that he's trying today. First real time on the track. He's definitely not disgraced himself, that is for sure. If Max James or Tom Spencer make a mistake here, Declan KILLEEN is close enough to get in amongst it. I think a couple more meetings and Declan KILLEEN will turn into a cracking ride around this track. We've got 1 lap to go. He's made them work for it. He hasn't got up to challenge them, but they certainly know he's there. You can't knock him for the way that he's had a go. Yeah, it's a 5-1 to the away side. Tom Spencer, Max James, and then Declan KILLEEN. So 2 5-1s on the spin, swung the meeting back in the way of the Lions here. Back wheel action from the away boys there as they come down the home straight. So Tom Spencer with the win, Max James in second, big 5-1 for the away side. Declan KILLEEN with the third place, and obviously Connor Cole's excluded in the second running of that heat. 32-40 now, 8-point gap as we go into the big heat number 13. So it's the crash incident again in the race before, where they were all involved in some way, and that's really what set the tone for that third running of the heat. Big ask for Declan KILLEEN to get in amongst it in that one, but tried hard, was on the pace, and he'll learn, take a lot from today into, he's going to race in the next meeting for the Chargers. So we are 32-40. We're going to need something here from Luke KILLEEN and Jody SCOTT, but they're up against Joe Thompson, who hasn't had his colours lowered by anybody yet tonight. And Luke Crang, who started with a win and had a few last places after that. So let's wait and see what this heat brings. Always big heat number 13 at every level of the sport. You get the 1 and the 5, the 2 heat leaders now. It used to be 3 heat leaders. The way that teams are made up now, really the big 2 at 1 and 5. So Luke KILLEEN, he'll be with the inside in red for Oxford. Next to him, the unbeaten so far, Joe Thompson in white. Jody SCOTT, blue off gate number 3. And in yellow off the outside will be Luke Crang. So all of these boys have taken the checkered flag today at least once. So they've all got the ability to jump out the start and get the win. It's Jody SCOTT off gate 3, that's been the killer gate today. 6 or 7 wins off of gate number 3. Luke Crang finds himself off of 4. So 3 heats to go here. I think we can pretty much say that Leicester are going to be the National Development League champions for 2024. But let's make Oxford work them right till the last minute. Here we go, Jamie Lee sponsors heat number 13. It's a great start off the inside from Luke KILLEEN. Joe Thompson is around the outside of him. If Luke goes out, he'll shut that door, which he does. And Jody SCOTT's come up the inside as well. So Joe Thompson, if he wants to keep that maximum, he's got work to do. He's gone round Jody SCOTT into the second lap. He's going to look up the inside of Luke KILLEEN, but you'd think Luke will have that run. Whoa, Jody's got a bit of bother. Can Jody get back up to take second place back? Not at that chance. So Luke KILLEEN out front. Joe Thompson just lifting again a tiny bit. Jody SCOTT in third on his back wheel. Luke Crang has just been cut adrift away at the back. It's a 4-2 at the moment as we come down the back straight. 1 lap to go here. Looks like Luke KILLEEN's got this in the bag. Can Jody SCOTT get up? Joe Thompson's just catching some grip. He's done that the last couple of times as he comes off a 4. He just moves across the track and lifts a little bit, but I think he's got enough in the tank to hold on to second place. Yeah, Luke KILLEEN's got the win. The win for him. Joe Thompson has hung on for second place. Jody SCOTT third. It is a heat advantage to the home side. They do hit back with one, but it means that Leicester inch ever so close to that championship. Luke KILLEEN, first one to beat Joe Thompson tonight. (36.42), 6-point gap, 2 big heats to come. Luke KILLEEN with the win, Joe Thompson second, Jody SCOTT in third, and Luke Crang at the back. So 4-2 to the home team. Makes the progressive score 36-42 in that heat, sponsored by Jamie Lee. He's the DJ on the centre green, and he's the announcer this evening. So, are we going to see Arran Butcher and Max James? We shall see. So here we see it from the tapes again. Jody getting Luke getting loads of traction and speed, and then he just moved across and stopped the run of Joe down the back straight. That gave Jody the opportunity to get into second, but when you're on the outside there, you just get that lovely run around the rider, which Joe did on Jody, and that got him up. And he did look up the inside here just for a moment, but Luke's got that outside run. Oh, just lifts a little bit. He did that 2 or 3 times in that heat there. Joe Thompson just caught a little bit of lift and just found it. There you go again. I think he did 2 or 3 times coming off of 4. But they managed to hold on. Luke with the win. just couldn't get up to challenge for second. He made him work the whole lap. He was never that far away. Joe just lifts every time coming off a 4. I think all 4 laps he lifted as he was coming off a 4 down the home straight. But kept his wheels in line, kept it in a straight line. So we are going to see Max James, I think, out in white here with the last rider replacement ride for Vinnie Joe Ford. A minute and a half to go until the tapes are going to go up on this one. There we go, Max James, he's going to be off the inside in white. Next to him is going to be Senna SUMMERS, so they haven't swapped Declan and Senna SUMMERS. He's kept his place for his 4th ride. Arran Butcher, he's going to be in yellow off of gate number 3. And Ashton VALE, he's going to be in red going off of gate number 4. So Max James, you'd say the standout rider in this heat. But Ashton VALE, I've seen him win races around here this season. He can make the start, get himself out front. He's got every opportunity doing the same thing. So they've got 4 points from Vinnie Joe Ford's 3 rides tonight. 4 points so far, a winner, last and a third. Can Max James add to that? I think a 7-point return for Vinnie. They'll be happy with that, the Leicester management. AW Mobs Building Supplies, they're the sponsors of Heat 14 here. So we've got Max James, Senna SUMMERS, Ashton VALE and Arran Butcher. Here we go, heat number 14, 36.42. Takes go up. It's a good start from Max James off the inside, but also Ashton VALE off the outside has made a good gate. Can he get the run around Arran Butcher, or will Arran Butcher tuck into second? No, Ashton gets the run, gets over the top of him and gets himself into that second place. Senna SUMMERS is out where the dirt is on turns 4. Just drifts backwards a little bit as we head into the second lap. Max James made the gate and has gone. Ashton VALE's done very well to get himself up into second place. Third place at the minute is Arran Butcher, and Senna SUMMERS finds himself at the back. So, a couple of laps gone, couple of laps to go. Arran Butcher is on the back wheel of Ashton VALE. Can he get up to challenge for that second place, or can Ashton hold on? Max James just getting a little bit out of shape there, but he's out front. He's looked good tonight. Fair play to him, he has been the difference between the 2 sides. And this result with a lap to go, this is going to give the title and the aggregate point across the 2 meetings to the away side. And that will be that, as they say. Leicester are going to be the champions thanks to this win and this performance here from Max James. He takes the checkered flag. Leicester are the champions. Second place Ashton VALE, third Arran Butcher, and Senna SUMMERS at the back. So that aggregate point is what they needed, and they've got it. Max James with another win. Second place for Ashton VALE. Unfortunately, Senna SUMMERS couldn't get up. There we go, Max James with the win, Ashton VALE second, Arran Butcher third, Senna SUMMERS fourth. 4-2 to the away team. That makes it 38-46. That is the championship going to Leicester. Congratulations to them. These 2 trade in the championship for the last few years. And you can see the riders all out on track, and rightly so. I think Max James going to get the bumps there. He's been the difference for them today. Outstanding performance from reserve. 3 heat wins, a paid win and a couple of seconds. You can see it, and he does make the start off the inside as well. Ashton VALE made a good one. He got over the top of Arran Butcher, and Arran got back up the inside, kept a nice tight line. And just keep an eye on Ashton in red there. Gets the run down the back straight, turns in over the top of Arran Butcher. And that's pretty much how the heat panned out. Senna SUMMERS couldn't just get himself up there to challenge. We've had the strength and depth Leicester tonight, most definitely, but across the season as well, and that has showed. So we'll see Luke KILLEEN in 15, that's for sure. We've seen some gate stats, so yeah, gate 4's been difficult, only 1 win. Gate 3's been the place to be. So 1 and 3, I think, is what Oxford will choose going into this heat. I'm always proved wrong though. I'm open to being proved wrong. I imagine that will be the case. We shall soon see. And I imagine we will see Luke KILLEEN without any question. And probably Jody SCOTT, I would have thought. They'll give the ride to him over Connor Coles. I think we can see Connor pushing his bike there in the middle of the shot, so he's taking that back to the van, which means I think we can say it's going to be Jody SCOTT and Luke Killeen. Michael Hunt, their clerk of the course, just heading up to talk to Dave Howard. So Thompson, I think, will find himself in this heat. And then, to be honest, there's Tom Spencer. He's rode well. Max James has obviously been outstanding. And Arran Butcher, he's scored in all of his heats as well. 7 paid, 8 or 9, I think. Dave just saying we won't be able to hear, so we'll have to wait and see. Keep an eye on helmet colours. But like we were saying at the top of the show, when you get a reserve that really steps up and does the business, that can be a game changer in the meeting. And he's been on the deck a couple of times as well. Sonny SPRINGER, he's picked up a few points tonight. Done his job there. It was difficult number 2. Tough place to ride. That second berth in the team. Joe Thompson only been beaten the once by Luke Killeen. He will be out again for sure. So 47-43 is the best result Oxford can get today. But it all pales into insignificance as Leicester are the champions. But you want a big 5-1. You want to try and get something from this last heat. So Jody SCOTT, Luke Killeen will be in red, Jody SCOTT will be in blue. If I was a betting man, I'd say 1 and 3. But I haven't had a few bets yesterday. On my day off, I'm definitely not a betting man. So they're just getting the riders announced for the last heat, and in a big surprise and fair play to Leicester, I think they're going with their reserves. As long as they finish in the top scorers in the side, they can get selected for the last heat, and it just shows what strength they've got, that you can leave Joe Thompson out of the last one. You can see Arran Butcher there in the yellow helmet colour. That's a way to show what sort of a season you've had, your superiority in the division, when you can send your reserves out for heat 15 against your top opposition. The side that are going to finish second in the table and get the runners up spot. So it's been a good meeting. Oxford have really put it to Leicester, but they are so strong. They are so strong. The strongest team all season, thoroughly deserve to finish top of the table. They are the champions of the National League. 2019, 2022, 2024, 3 times in the last few years. And it will be Luke Killeen off for 1, and Jody SCOTT, there we go, for 3. So they did go for 1 and 3. Arran Butcher will roll into the gate 4. He'll be off the outside, and Max James has got 1 minute and 10. He's got loads of time to get round to tapes. So let's hope these boys can give us a huge heat to finish on. Heat sponsored by the World Speedway Riders Association, who of course sponsor the league this year at this level. So when we look at the gate wins for the last few heats, we are gates 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. So Oxford have definitely got the better gates, with Luke Killeen off the inside in red, Max James off gate 2 in white, Jody SCOTT blue, Oxford off gate 3, and Arran Butcher yellow off of gate number 4. Yeah, gates 2 and 4, they won heats 5 and 6. But since then, it's been gate 1, gate 3, gate 3, gate 3, gate 1, gate 3, gate 1, gate 1. So, if Oxford have got a chance to get a 5-1, they've definitely got the best gates for it. They've got their 2 star men out, they're 1 and 5. And Leicester are going into the last race of the night with their reserve pairing. Here we go then, heat number 15, away we go, takes go up. And it is a great start off the inside by Luke Killeen. Jody Scott's going to move up the inside of Max James into second place. And Oxford do find themselves in 1 and 2. But Max James has been in this position before and has got himself up into second. Jody Scott in second. He's the man that Max James is hunting down at the moment. Luke Killeen looks fast out front. Jody rode a nice line there. Got loads of forward traction and forward speed and pulled away a little bit from Max James. He's working hard in third place, but the Chargers are just pulling away a little bit. Are they going to end their regular season with a 5-1 at home? It'd be great for the crowd. First 5-1 of the evening for them in the afternoon if they can get it. They've had loads of 4-2s, but it will be the first 5-1. We go into the last lap. Luke Killeen out front, Jody Scott second, Max James third, Arran Butcher fourth. In the grand scheme of things, it makes no difference, but a great way for the Oxford Chargers to end the regular season with a 5-1 at home in the last race. Luke Killeen with the win, Jody Scott second, Max James in third. 5-1 to finish the evening. 43-47 the final score. Well done to all 4 of those riders, they all deserve to be in that heat. Always going to be difficult for the away 2 riders. And this is what it's all about. Even though the meeting's lost, even though the championship's lost, those 2 boys still really pleased to get that win, to get that 5-1 in the last race, and that's how it should be. Luke Killeen just trying to give us a couple of little donuts. She's successfully completing, well done, we've got it on camera. So yeah, always good, that's what it's all about. Regardless of that, this is all about learning at this level. So a big 5-1, Luke Killeen, Jody Scott over Max James and Arran Butcher. 5-1 to Oxford over Leicester in that one. 43-47 the final score. But they do take the victory, they do take the aggregate point, Leicester, and they do take the league championship. Many, many congratulations to them from all of us at Oxford TV. Here we see it from the start. It was a competitive first turn. Luke Killeen made a great one off the inside. Max James, but watch Jody Scott just rides a nice line up the inside, and when you move up with that speed inside somebody, it just makes them bolt a tiny bit, and that is what gives Jody Scott that second place. And once he had that, Max James did look for a couple of laps, but then Jody just managed to get some fresh air, rode a really sensible line, got himself out into second, comfortable, and finished with a 5-1 to the home side. So let's have a quick run through the scores. Almost immaculate for Luke Killeen, just getting beaten in that first ride, 14 points for him. Jacob Clouting, a really good race win in amongst a couple of third places there, 5+1 for him. Connor Coles, 3 great first races, then exclusion, 7 points as a guest for him. Ashton VALE, excuse me, 4+1 for him from his 4 rides. Jody Scott again, solid performance, 9 pay 10 from his 5. And just where they struggled a little bit tonight, Senna SUMMERS with 1 from his 4, and Declan KILLEEN, 3 third places for him. But again, first appearance for him, he could be pleased with the way that he did that tonight. Plenty more to come from him, a little bit this season and then next season. Joe Thompson just beaten the once by by Luke Killeen, 11 points for him. Sonny SPRINGER, 3 paid 4, important second place in that towards the end of the meeting for him. Tom Spencer, after a duck in his first one, a solid 7 points, ending with a race win. Luke Crang again started really positively with a win, but then just couldn't add anything to it. Max James, star of the night, 16+1 from him, from his full quota of rides. Excellent performance, rider of the night. And Arran Butcher again, really solid, 7+2, 9 points for him. When your reserves are scoring like that, you're on a hide into nothing as the opposition team. And yeah, they thoroughly deserve that victory. So Leicester will be back here again with the first team, the Premiership side, on Thursday, and they will face the Spires. But today we finished with an 84-94 aggregate scoreline to Leicester. That gives them the championship. Really hope you've enjoyed the stream. This is copyright in Oxford, so don't be copying it and sending it and giving it to anybody. Support the club. If you watch streams elsewhere, enjoy the streams, pay for the streams. If you can't get down to track, this is the next place to be. So from all of us here, We congratulate Leicester on their victory. We congratulate our Chargers on an excellent season, finishing second. Thoroughly deserved. We thank you for watching the stream. If you can't get down to track on Thursday to cheer on the Spires, you can join us for the stream. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend. Thanks for watching.